Let's talk about some stocks that I think are wonderful opportunities going forward, where the marketplace doesn't really care, where the valuations are interesting, where the businesses are in great shape. Reinsurance Group of America is a stock that I've owned on and off for a very, very long time. In fact, I met the management team when the company went public in the early 1990s. The CEO and CFO are the same today. They're still in charge. They are an insurer of life insurance companies. It's a very concentrated business. They have big market shares. It had been a domestic business. Now it's a global business. It sells for 10 times earnings. It sells below book value. It has an over 1% yield today. Return on equity most of the time is double digits. It's a little bit lower than that today, but they have a lot of excess capital and excess equity that helps to depress the ROE a little bit. And you find, like any insurance company, sometimes there are hiccups along the way, and sometimes people get excited along the way. So our position hasn't stayed steady over time. Sometimes when there's a hiccup, we've added. Sometimes when there's overexcitement, we've taken money off the table. But I think if you look at the performance of this company since it's gone public, since the early 90s, it's a very steady Eddie, up and to the right kind of business, the kind of business you want to own for the long term. There are no public companies like it, so the market really doesn't focus and the market doesn't care, and that's given us a good long-term opportunity to own a great business. A business that we've liked for a long time is GameStop. It's very, very controversial, but here's why I like it, and here's why I think it's a great business to own going forward. They are in the business of selling games basically to young adults and kids. There are GameStop stores all over America. GameStop's done well recently because of a new console cycle. There's new hardware for gamers. Those sales have gone very well. That's generated new sales of software. That's starting to pick up, also going very well. They have a very big used game business. Now that the console cycle is underway, the used game business is starting to pick up steam, and people are worried that over time, selling a game on a disc in a box is going to go away, and this will look like Blockbuster and won't be around anymore. It's true that over time, that disc in a box probably goes away. The company understands that, so they're diversifying. They sell more content digitally, without a box, without a disc, number one, and they've started some new growth businesses. They're in the business of operating AT&T cell phone stores. They are now the partner of choice for AT&T Wireless, and that business is growing very, very quickly. They're opening Cricket Wireless stores, another AT&T Wireless brand, growing very quickly. They're opening Simply Mac stores. Those are Apple stores in towns that are too small to have an Apple store. So they have different legs of the business that they're growing. Stock pays you 3.5% while you wait, sells for 10 times earnings. Another stock that is very under the radar, that presents tremendous opportunity, is Saga Communications. They are in the radio broadcasting business. They own radio stations in 23 markets. Advertising, it's been a little bit slow as the economy's been a little bit slow, but there's going to be a big political season, I think, as you've seen what's going on in the presidential campaign. I suspect we're going to see a lot of advertising around the 2016 election cycle, and that's very, very good for radio. Stock sells at 14 times earnings, conservatively financed, nice dividend, significant insider ownership, and it's a stock that I think can do well going forward.